Hi, in this video, I will share with you the friendship toolbox. Set of 4 tools that you can use that I found out from reading the book, The Like Switch. What are the 4 tools? It is LOVE. L for listen. When you are in any conversation to build solid friendship or to build a lasting relationship with any person you talk to, you have to genuinely listen. You have to listen with full attention. You have to maintain eye contact. You have to listen with your mind fully present. Our minds can think much faster than much faster thoughts than what we can listen or what we can speak. But we have to genuinely make an effort to listen to the other person and feel what they feel, not just the words that they are saying. Second, O for observe. In one of the videos in this book review, we shared some of the friend signals to observe for verbal and non-verbal communication signals that come out from the other person. Look mindfully for their body language, for the cues that they are giving out. If they're parsing their lips, if they're touching their lips, if they're parsing their lips, that means that they have made a decision that's different than the decision that you are trying to convince them. They're touching their lips, maybe they are getting anxious to share something with you, but they are not comfortable sharing. So if they don't maintain eye contact, if they lean backwards, if they don't mirror you, there are various things that you can observe. So observe what responses you're getting when you're communicating with people, and make course corrections if you observe that you're making a terrible mistake, that you offended someone, etc. Vocalize. I think this is the most important part on how you communicate, how you deliver your message, who do you deliver the message, do you hurt their ego, do you involve people in ownership aspects of a team project. How do you vocalize your decisions is a very, very important aspect. If you vocalize without inspiration or inspired leadership, people will not follow you. If you vocalize hurting people's egos, then they'll probably go shields up. They'll not be part of the solution. They'll not have the same set of ownership. So how you deliver is very important. How you vocalize and build friendship is very, very critical skill. And finally, empathize. In every conversation or relationship building, there will be times when someone makes a mistake. How do you handle those situations? Do you give them the saving chance? Do you empathize with them? Do you feel the feeling that they are feeling? Do you focus on them with the golden rule of friendship? Or do you just focus on yourself? It's very important to empathize and use this tool effectively. So listening effectively, observing for cues, effectively communicating and vocalizing your thoughts, using the right set of words, correcting situations, and empathizing with people and keeping the golden rule of friendship always in mind, which is keeping the focus on the other person, are the 4 important tool sets in the friendship formula. Some of the action items that I would take out of this video or this content from this book is that when I go to meeting rooms, I'll probably not take my cell phones. I'll probably only go to those meetings which I am absolutely needed for, and I'll pay full attention. I will observe more mindfully all the verbal and the non-verbal cues. I'll observe for the tone. I'll observe for body language. I'll course correct based on my observation. Remember, when someone makes a decision, when they verbalize their decision, it's very hard for them to change because of consistency issue. But if I observe and if I can get the cue that I need to give them more explanation so that they could get more data, then it's on my favor to do that. Finally, when I would vocalize, I would try to use, can I get your advice, more instead of, I found out this, I think we can do this better, etc. If you involve the other person in the decision making process, you don't hurt their ego, you have them involved in ownership aspects. So getting people's advice and vocalizing that is a pretty good action item for me from this book. And finally, remember there's two core human needs: to correct and to reciprocate. People will make mistakes. If you empathize with them and give them the last saving chance, they would remember you and they would build a stronger relation with you. And people always want to reciprocate. So share to learn. And instead of direct questions, I think one other key tip that I learned from this book is using elicitations, using third-party situations to understand how people are thinking what they're thinking. And finally, one last tip was that to remember that there is a primacy and recency effect in conversation, meaning people tend to remember the first part and the last part of the conversation. So first impression, last impression. So I would maximize this in my conversation, but at the same time, I'd maximize using this effect that is researched heavily to even do my work, meaning early in the morning, I would maximize for certain important things versus in the middle, early in the week versus middle in the week, etc. So remember, our brains quickly color the first few words of a conversation. So your first few words of a conversation is very, very important. Again, this is a great book. I'd highly recommend it. Thank you.